Welcome, Joyce. Welcome to AUREA Leaders, and so great to sit and talk to you. For the people who don't know who you are, can you just say your name?
Sure.
What it is that you do, and what your topic of your speech is going to be here.
So my name is Joyce Haddad. I am an author of Spiritual Divorce Technique. It's an untangling technique that detaches any negative energies around your electromagnetic field. And I am going to be talking about untangling and how it's so important to untangle to thrive. So important. So that's my topic, and I'm so excited to be here with you and with AUREA.
Oh, so
expressing
exciting.
medicine.
That is so good. So before the interview, you were saying a divorce isn't just like the conventional definition of divorce. So what kind of divorce are we talking about here?
A spiritual divorce, I came up with this name because I felt like, first, it's a consciousness, right? It's consciousness and untangling the consciousness, the knots that we create with people, places, and things in our past. So I called it spiritual divorce because we're actually divorcing ourselves from the knots that are keeping us stuck in loops and narratives that are not allowing us to thrive, not allowing us to thrive in any field that we're in. So basically, it's been like 15 to 20 years that I've been developing this protocol, and it works immediate. It has like 98% results, and people actually let go of the patterns and the rhythms and the algorithms in the energy field that are not allowing them to actually step into what they want. They consciously want to do things, but they don't know how to because we're in autopilot.
Yes.
And so we keep attracting and keep repeating the same system, the same rhythms that we're used to manifesting. And so it's all about how we're programmed, our parents. So I bring in this medicine so that people can actually study themselves, create self-knowledge, because if you have knowledge, there's power. And once you know where your glitches are, you can transform them. Understanding how much you repeat, how much you feel, what are you feeling every day, what you're thinking every day, changing those rhythms and allowing you to separate from the things that you're stuck on.
That is so powerful. So let me ask you this: what would be, and I know working with you is probably going to, is going to heighten this a lot more. But for people who are like, I love this, I would love to try this at home. Is there a practical thing that we can do to just kind of work on it on ourselves, like with ourselves, something that you can, easy, little
So I teach certain things, and like today, when we're going to speak, I'm going to give people 3 words. I untangle, pull, and release. So these 3 words have power, because we have power in our voice, we have power in our actions. So if you are actually getting, looped thoughts, or you are feeling an ex, for example, or you had some kind of business, something that it's stuck, you're going to repeat, I untangle, pull, and release over and over. But you're going to use your hands as conductors of energy, and you're going to pull these streaming energies that are stuck in certain parts of your fields and parts of your body. Because what happens is that our subconscious mind is our body. So it's 98% of our results are because of our subconscious. So those subliminal things, we need to pull them out. And what we're actually pulling is waves of energy that have a story. And these stories look like energy cords, but they're actually frequencies. And so when you pull them out of your field, you're actually pulling the pattern that is actually stuck. So at home, repeat this. While you're driving, I untangle, pull, and release. I untangle, pull, and release. Pull the places in your body that you feel there is density, because there is. So when you feel it, you pull that energy out and you seal it. So the untangle is to pull the knot. The pull is your hand actually moving it out of the way. You're commanding your own energy because you are your own guru. And the release means I'm sending it out to be transmuted. So it's a simple thing that you can actually just repeat over and over and command a solution. It's a co-creation with the universe.
That is wonderful. One of the things that I've been hearing over and over from a lot of people that I've been sitting here speaking with is just talking about the simplicity of things. I think we overcomplicate, like it can't be that easy. There's no way that I can just do this.
You can totally do it.
And you can totally do it. So what are some of the biggest transformations that you have seen with this work?
Well, I've seen so many. I'm a spiritual psychologist. I've been doing it for like 20 years, and I see people, first of all, find love again, because they're so stuck with exes. So they're carrying all these they're streaming all of this negative patterns that are not
Yeah.
allowing them to find love. That's number one. Everybody comes goes, I need to get rid of a soulmate or an ex or a lover or whatever. A business issue, a parent entanglement. So what we find is that anything that you're entangled with in your past is keeping you stuck. But it's not that you're stuck, you're actually just attached to your story. So once you let it go, people are like booming in their business. They're releasing money entanglements. They're making money. They're actually, stepping into their power easily because it's all we're a perfect vibration.
Yeah.
Our entanglements are holding us down because we're hoarding them in our energy field.
Yeah.
And so if you learn this, if people at home or people tonight, when we're doing this or anywhere you are, you have the power to untangle yourself as easy as speaking, thinking, and feeling, because you got to change the chemistry of how you feel. If you can feel it differently, you can act it differently. That's just a science, whatever technique you're doing. So let's change our life.
Let's change
Fast.
it.
We don't have time. We got to change. New Earth is here, and we are all ready to change humanity, and we are all ready to awaken more people, because if you're awake, if I'm awake, I can awaken you more. And if you're awake, you can awaken me. And together we create the tribe, we create the community.
Absolutely. I love that. And I also want to talk about how this has translated for you in business.
Okay.
So any personal transformations for you in like maybe
Sure.
negotiation and acquired
Totally.
clients? How have you used this?
So my confidence level is completely different.
Okay.
I come from a Middle Eastern background, so women had no really power over men, and I've always been in the business. I always handled my father's businesses, but I never was able to step into my own power.
Okay.
So by creating this protocol, I was able to untangle myself from my actual father, from my ancestors, from all the men and the women that have fallen. And as I understood my history, I was able to turn my present around completely. So I am a successful business owner. I have this technique. I have a book. I have a product line. I do one-on-one sessions. I also do group collective work, and I also teach my techniques. So I help people thrive in their own business, because if you are entangled, you are not going to be as effective in your business, in your love life, in your money, your anything in all of the aspects of the wheel. You will not be as effective if you don't release your entanglements. Once you release, you're going to walk super light. You're going to stop walking with all these expired stories. And then you're going to step into and create the story you want, because we're creators. That's basically it. We think we're not creators. We let life happen. It's not about that. If you're a good business entrepreneur, you're going to know that you don't let life happen. You create it. And that's how you're successful.
And just because I like throwing some little crazy questions in there.
Throw them in.
What would you say to like the CEO that's like, oh, this is all woo-woo stuff, that doesn't work, I don't believe it. What would you say to someone that is like resistant to this kind of work?
To try it. To try to step inward. And if because they're probably very successful in business, but maybe if they were looking inside of themselves and understand that energy is really a science, and that everything is frequency, vibration, and energy, then you would master energy and become richer or become more productive. Because if you know how energy works, you can actually work with your team. And I love that, to untangle your team so that they're more effective.
Ooh.
Right? And so that if they're effective, you're going to be more effective.
Yeah.
And then the success as a unity is effective. That's the key to success. Not separation, it's unity, integration.
And also, I would want to add that not only more successful, more money, but probably more fulfilled.
Fulfillment, that's number one, because if you're doing what you love, then what you love makes all the money that you want. The money is just secondary.
Yeah.
It's just a law. It comes to you. But if I'm enjoying what I do, then I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. My money's just coming in, because that's just how it works. But if you're not doing what you love, and you're not fulfilled in what you love, do a little deep investigation. Create self-knowledge, because the architecture is inside. And when you understand this philosophy, you can explore it, because we are manifesting the most dominant entanglements in our lives.
Yeah.
We are really manifesting our parent stuff, our patterns, algorithms, so much, because our energy is like a symphony. And if everything that we have that is there is expired, then that symphony is playing out of tune. But if we actually understand what person is playing and what they're playing and how they're playing, then you're going to create coherence, harmony between all of the aspects of the human design.
Agreed. And have you worked with someone that was like, oh, I don't know, maybe someone with more conventional thinking that was already successful? Have you had that experience already?
I have. I do a lot of, my people know me for like doing one-on-one sessions, but I do a lot of business entanglement. So I go into like big corporations and I analyze what's going on there. So there's a lot of conflict and fighting, but I put everything on the table, you know, psychologically, but also energetically. So I introduce the energy side because I feel that energy should be the first thing that needs to be seen. And so if I'm not getting along with you, or if you're not fulfilled in my company, then why am I telling you to do that? You're not as effective.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure that you're fulfilled, and I got to make sure that everybody's fulfilled and in the right position. So when you go into a company and help them untangle and create awareness, then breakthroughs happen. And people, I've done this with attorneys, I've done this with banks, I've done this with companies, big companies that I can't speak, but they fly their employees down, and I make them understand each other, look at themselves. They don't even know each other, and they're working with 100 people in the company. But if you did, and you had this confidence that I could talk to you and just express what I feel with not a hiding, then the flow of the vibration in general is going to elevate. And that's where success, fulfillment, love, unity come together. We have to bring everything together, not ignore certain things because I'm afraid. Fear just completely paralyzes you. We got to break free and break through.
Wow. I love that these companies are awakening to like, hey, there's an
we
energetic
need more.
aspect. We need more, which is why I really wanted to speak
and this is
with
what
you on
AUREA
that.
is all about, to awaken people for that, of all levels.
Agreed.
Because at the end, we're all the same.
Yep.
There's no hierarchy because we're all expressing God in different forms. So if you understand this concept, it doesn't matter. We just got to connect, and that's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Joyce, I feel like I can speak with you forever, and I will. I'm going to connect with you.
Okay.
So just one final question is, why do you feel that, or actually, what value have you gotten from being at an event like AUREA?
I love AUREA. I love Jackson. I love Jeff. I love the people that, you know, are around. It's a Miami community. I've been in Miami. I came to Miami since I'm 5, and I'm 46, so I've been here all of my life. I'm a big local, and I've been working locally, and now coming together with the spiritual community and being part of this community of leaders, it makes me happy. And I can learn from you, I can learn from all the leaderships, because we're all leaders. And for those who want to be leaders, you are. You just have to step into your power and not be afraid. And this kind of event is the one that's going to inspire you to actually do what you're here to do, which is your gift. So let's bring it on, Miami, the world, globally, but let's change humanity, because the golden age is here.
It's here. It's here. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure having you here. I'm going to connect with you and possibly even do some work.
Yes, come do
really
some work. Untangle your life so you can take off.
Absolutely. We could all use some untangling in our lives. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.